Hello, hello, hello. How are you, everybody? Let me just put this on silent. But I'm very happy to see you here. And I'm just gonna give some time for some people to join. But yeah, eh, there's Pom Pom in the background also to answer your questions about cuddle parties. She's resting a little bit. It has been a busy day for her. It's Sunday, but we are very happy to see you here. Ah, thank you, Dunkin' Donuts. I'm so happy that you're joining here. And yeah, I'm gonna just give a couple of minutes to start like talking about what cuddle parties are about. How's everything going, Dunkin' Donuts 644? I'm happy to hear that. All right. This is not normally Pom Pom's time for sleeping. She wakes up at 7 p.m. and then she's like around until I go to sleep. And then she wakes up when I wake up normally, or normally she wakes me up like 5 or 6 and then I come back to sleep. So we have another guest. Welcome. And if you want, you can start writing down your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna just be talking a little bit about cuddle parties, what cuddle parties are, and what kind of people go there. So the easiest way to for me to explain what a cuddle party is a workshop about consent and boundaries. And there's like freestyle cuddling time at the end. Only if people want. You won't feel like pressure, group pressure to do anything. In fact, you don't have to do anything at Cuddle Party. Basically, the only thing is you will have to follow the rules. And normally the vibe is very friendly. People are going to be laughing because of the activities that we are going to do. And then people are more relaxed to cuddle if they want to. I don't know if you have like any questions, you can write that down in the chat. Right now, I'm doing my cuddle parties in Bedside, Brooklyn, but I also would like to do a cuddle party in Seattle. And I'm saying this because I know like I have like some Seattle followers. Um, I would be hosting my cuddle parties in the world of meditation there. But right now, the plan is to focus in New York City. And what else? Cuddle party. I have some even like some questions that or some information that I can provide for you to have like a better idea what event is. Um, in this case, for December, is like a special cuddle party because people will be able to wear the most ridiculous uh, PJs. So it's an ugly PJ's cuddle party. So I have been thinking about a create my PJs by myself, or kind of like making them uglier. How long is a cuddle party? It's approximately 3 hours, and there's gonna be some time at the beginning for people to arrive, and then the doors close. We are gonna introduce ourselves, then we're gonna go over the rules of cuddling. We are gonna do some activities, the fun activities I was mentioning before. Um, and then we're gonna have freestyle cuddling. Um, at the end, I don't want to rush anybody, so at the end, there's gonna be some time to mingle around, and for people, sometimes they help me to wrap up. But it's approximately 3 to 4 hours, approximately. Is this a single event? Event Cuddle Party is not a single event, even though most of the people that go to these events are single. But couples can come. This is like a friendly event for couples. Uh, the vibe, as I mentioned before, is like more like friendly. It's more about connection. So the vibe is not about dating. However, if you connected to somebody, if you connected with somebody, and then at the end, uh, after the party, you plan for a date, or after the party, you hook up, that's not, that's out of like the scope of the party, but that doesn't have anything to do with the party. It has to do with, the connections that you done there. And that person has a question. I cannot pronounce your name, but PJs, you can bring shirts and a t-shirt, something comfy, loungewear. For this cuddle party, bring the most ridiculous PJs that you have, whatever you can find that is ridiculous, that is funny, that's gonna be um, like a conversation started. Let's say that. And PJs stay on the whole time. What else? For questions? Since this is my third certification party, is donation based. You can donate from like $10 up to 50 or 40, I think. In the future, I'm not sure how much I'm gonna charge. I'm gonna be like, you know, kind of like checking the budget, checking what I'm paying for the venue, checking everything, and see how much I'll charge. But for this last certification, Cuddle Party is donation based. Don't know if people have okay. Does everybody cuddle? That's a good question. What if I don't feel comfortable doing that? One of the rules of like of Cuddle Party is you don't have to do anything at all. So there are gonna be like people that some people cuddling, some people just talking, some people eating snacks, and so in for answering your question, no, not everybody cuddles. Most people do. And what if you don't feel comfortable doing that? At Cuddle, during the Cuddle Party, we honor the no's the same way we honor the yes. So you can just say no and not cuddle with anybody. Mm-hmm. Pom Pom, do you want to answer questions? Sounds good. What? Thank you for your questions. What else? Do you have more questions for me? Are there men and women? My parties is a mix of everything. I try to gender balance a party, so there are gonna be non-binary females and males. So I try to balance. What other questions do you have? I know this is my first live streaming, so in fact, food. Um, I gonna I gonna be providing snacks and drinks. We have just a rule that and you can bring your own snacks to share and drinks. Just do not bring sticky drinks. Sticky drinks is like soda or Coca-Cola or Pepsi or something like that. But yeah, you can. People bring like cheese, fruit, something like that. What are the rules? Good question. I don't know all the rules by memory, but I'm gonna go little by little. The first rule is pajamas stay on the whole time. The other one, you don't have to cuddle anyone you don't want to at that cuddle party ever. So I was mentioning before, you must ask permission and receive a verbal yes before you touch anyone. I think that's one of how we keep these events like safe. And rule number 4, if you're a yes, 10 invitations, say yes. If you're a no, say no. If you're a maybe, say no. You're encouraged to change your mind. I think that's very important. If you're gonna be there, yes, I want to cuddle everyone. I want to hug everyone. And then you're the party and not vibing. It's totally fine. You can always change your mind at the same time if you're like cuddling with somebody and say, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to cuddle anymore. Change your mind. You're welcome to do it. Respect your relationship boundaries and communicate with your partner. That's for couples that go there. Come and get me if there's a concern or problem, or if you need assistance with anything. Respect people's privacy when sharing about cuddle parties. It's how also people feel comfortable knowing that it's confidential. And that's it. Those are the rules. Do you have other questions? It is not a big venue. It is very small, in fact. We're going to host the party at Utopia. If you go to Instagram, Utopia is a building, it's a community, which I'm very grateful for then letting me to host the Cuddle Parties. Utopia is a mindful community, and they also host their own events. So they have a venue, small venue in the first floor, but it's super, super cozy. We have the ground or the floor is, we have some mattresses there. We have some night lights, uh, ambient lights. We have like a small like sink. The bathrooms are there. It's really, really comfortable. So it's an apartment building in that side. What does a typical event look like? That's a great question. Thank you for asking. Um, Everyone is different. Of course, different groups of people is a different vibe. But first, people will have the opportunity to just get in and mingle a little bit, to be chit chatting. Then we're gonna start introducing ourselves. And in the introduction, people will share like a 30-second version why they're here, and it's a good way to start feeling comfortable. Then I gonna start with an exercise, and the exercise is really, really funny. People are normally laughing, people are joking. Then I'm gonna go over the rules of cuddling and explain a little bit about each one. And during that section, I also provide like tips for people to start cuddling, for people to easy into the freestyle cuddling. And I'm gonna provide kind of giving you tools for communication, for to ask for what you want. You will have tools to say no. And you also have like tools to, you will learn skills for you to enjoy the party. And then we're gonna have other activities and the freestyle cuddling. So during the freestyle cuddling, people can eat, um, people can cuddle, people can be in a corner just reading a book, people can go and then just like sleep. So you never know. Is there music? What's a vibe? I play kind of like, yes, ambient music. I try not to play anything like high energy, because the vibe I want to create is kind of like cozy. So, but yeah, that's I want to create a cozy vibe. Thank you for your questions. I really, really appreciate it. What other questions do you have? I think the reason of this live is also for, because people think like, oh, cuddle party, yes, that's gonna be a hot event, spicy event, when in reality it's more about connection, friendship. The vibe is very friendly, but people don't know about it, especially women. I think women will be like, oh, cuddle party, I don't know about that. How do people dress for this? People normally people normally bring their change of clothes like PJs or lunchwear or shorts and a t-shirt. For this specific cuddle party, it's an ugly PJs cuddle party. So you bring the most ridiculous PJs you can find. And and I gonna that's gonna be like a how do you call, it's not competition, it's like a contest. It's a contest, and there's gonna you can vote for the most ridiculous PJs, and the person is gonna have a surprise at the end. Good questions. What if someone doesn't want to cuddle with me? That's a very interesting question. In During cuddle parties, I'm providing skills for you to. We're gonna learn. we are going to honor the yes the same way we are honoring the no's. And think about the people or the person who is saying no, they just want to take care of themselves. Don't take it personal. And in case you need any type of support, you can always reach out to me. Thank you so much for your question. Okay, I'm just gonna give a couple of minutes. If not, I'm gonna be, there are no other questions. I'm gonna be just ending the live stream, but I really, really appreciate it. You are being here, being interested in learning a little bit about cuddle parties. What time does it start? This upcoming cuddle party starts at 4 p.m. So we're finishing around 8, from 4 to 8. Yeah, thank you for asking me that question. What else? What else? What else? I think also by December it's gonna be even like a little bit colder. So that's gonna be like a great time, cozy time to cuddle. What's better to cuddle with the strangers in in a cuddle party in Brooklyn? I think that's a great idea. It's a very interesting way to really meet people. You know, people go to different type of events, single events. But how about if you're like a networking events? But how about, what is it like to meet people, cuddle first? You know, cuddle and a conversation. All right, I'm just gonna give 1 minute. You're hosting. I don't. Well, I rent a venue and I host the events in that venue. Just gonna give 1 more minute and then I'm gonna wrap up. But yeah, I really appreciate you being. How many people can come? Oh, that's a great question. For this cuddle party, normally I have been keeping them small. The first cuddle party, I think the max was like 15 people max. The the last one was around 20, and this one is 25 people max. And in fact, that's a limit for the limit per facilitator. Otherwise, I think there's going to be a lot of people, and a lot of people will need your attention, and it's going to be messy. So if I want to have like more than 25 people, I will need to bring another facilitator with me. That's how we keep things running smoothly. So for this coming party, around 25, no more than 25. So thank you so much for your questions. I really appreciate it. And please share about my upcoming cuddle parties. If you cannot make it for this one in December, I'm gonna be doing also more parties next year. I'm not sure about that party in January. Also, I want to start hosting cuddle parties in Spanish only, but I need to prepare for that. But Yeah, this one is gonna be English. It's gonna be a mix of different people, and it's gonna be super cozy in December. Thank you so much. I really hope you have a wonderful night. Oh, how to sign up? I uh, I can send you a I can send you the link um, after this live stream. In fact, let me just find it here, and I'm just gonna put it there. Oh, I'm just trying to find the event here. I'm just gonna put it here. Thank you for reminding me that. Yeah, if you cannot come to this Cuddle Party in December, I'm gonna be planning more next year. And otherwise, I would appreciate you being attending my last certification Cuddle Party. Thank you so much, all. Have a wonderful night.